Russian soldiers are engaged. They're not dying. No body bags are coming home, etc., because there's overwhelming opposition on the part of the body politic in Russia for engagement in Ukraine in a military sense. I think the Donbass has potential to be able to be solved, but it takes two things. One of those things is missing now, and that is I'm desperately concerned about the backsliding on the part of Kyiv in terms of corruption. They made, I'll give you one concrete example. But it just happened to be that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones, so I got Ukraine, and I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time. Well, they made some genuine, substantial changes institutionally and with people. But in one of the three institutions, there's now some backsliding.
The courts are
there, and yes, and they had made that commitment that they wouldn't do that. And so when we left, the first thing I spent a lot of time, as did Mike, because this was his territory as well, and people like Charlie Kupchan and Victoria. And anyway.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. My name is Samuel Izurza for the SE channel. Welcome to my channel. Please, thank you for tuning in. Well, this stuff I like doing because you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media, especially for CNBC and CNN. And the reason is because they don't want to tell you the truth. What really was really why he pressured the Ukrainians prosecutor to be fired. It all has to do with his son and everything. I just want to tell you, Burisma Group, okay, I'm just reading this, is an energy exploration and production company operating in the Ukraine, okay, oil and gas market since 2002, okay? The head of the, okay, that's all you need to know. Burisma Group, okay, energy exploration and making a lot of money, by the way, and they are a oil and gas company. The whole thing is, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Rudy Giuliani was I think on CNN the other night, and he said this is a massive bribery scheme with Joe Biden's son. The whole thing comes to the Joe Biden son, and I did a video about even last year concerning why there has been no investigation going on. I mean, this is, Joe Biden's son, one of the directors of Burisma, okay, making $50,000 a month, okay, a month. How did he get that job? I mean, really, how did he get that job to be part of the director? So he did. So Joe Biden did actually pressure the state prosecutor. Why? Because the new prosecutor, okay, his name is, hold on a second. The whole thing is a massive bribery scheme. Okay, this is what Giuliani was referring. And Biden was involved in a number of investigating consulting firms also with John Kerry's son and so on. They had a very big political influence. And Burisma actually at that time was owned by Mykola Zolotevsky. Okay, that's what you need to know. Milosova Zolotevsky. He was a minister who also went to exile, part of the Popular Revolution at that time with President Viktor Yuranevsky. Okay. So at that time, they were looking into Burisma Holdings corruption. investigation. That's what they were looking at that time with President Viktor Yanukovych, sorry, and the owner at that time, Mykola Zlochevsky. Just remember that name, okay? So in 2015, Ukraine appointed a guy named Viktor Shokin, okay, as their new prosecutor. And this is what Biden was referring to, okay? They were looking into bribery, they were looking into corruption, this Viktor Shokin. His removal in 2016 was because of Joe Biden. And they were looking into whatever, corruption, and what was really going on in that company. And not only that, it's just, Joe Biden, I think, says that they were walking into the press conference that we're not going to give you $1 billion. He says, they said, you have no authority. You're not the president. So Joe Biden said, I'm telling you, you're not getting your $1 billion. This is, I'm leaving in 6 hours. Okay. This is what CNN and CNBC are leaving out. Did he actually pressured, the Ukrainians, to fire this prosecutor who was looking into into the company. Okay, Burisma obviously corrupted to the guilt. Okay, I'm just going to see it again.
I guess the
Okay, what's that?
12th, 13th.
Okay, I don't want to make this. Okay, Viktor Shokin. Okay, had a much bigger issues than the corruption case against Mykola Zlochevsky. Almost immediately after he was appointed, he started to cause a lot of problems in the Ukraine, which you don't really need to know right now. You guys want to look into it. I'm going to put a link into what really went on. But basically, Joe Biden actually did pull a lot of strings. And I don't even know why. I mean, why? Okay. I'm just going to, 1 second, because I wrote some notes down here. Hold on a minute. Just give me 1 second. Now, despite Shokin's removal being justified, experts still agree that Biden's involvement with Burisma created a lot of conflict of interest for the vice president at that time. There are a lot of experts who are saying that Hunter Biden's position was a conflict of interest, even if it doesn't break any laws. Calling Hunter Biden a private citizen ignores the obvious links to the vice president. Conflict of interest rules should have applied. Biden is working for the Obama administration in Ukraine. His son should not have been on the board of any company that there could be affected by the U.S. policy spearheading it. Okay, so obviously Hunter Biden had a huge interest, $50,000 a month. Part of director. How did he get the job? I wonder why. Okay, but Hunter Biden should have been more mindful of his father's position. That's for sure. And Joe. I just want to say Joe Biden. I don't know if he said he had no clue. Okay, he had no clue about his son. He said Joe Biden actually denied at that time knowing about Hunter's role with Burisma Holding. It's impossible. She says, let me see. Okay. Anyways, I just want to give you that clip, okay, which they're not showing. I don't know why they're not showing this on the mainstream media. Even Fox, I don't think they showed this. I may be wrong. I don't know, but for sure the CNN, CNBC of the world, obviously they have a narrative and they're protecting Joe Biden, obviously. But I wanted to show you this video because I like this stuff. You're not going to see this, and I might get a few hundred hits. Obviously, YTube is doing something to my channel. Obviously, I should be getting an average of at least 2, 3, or 4,000, views in the first day. That's what I used to have, not anymore. But please show this video. Show this video to all the your Democratic friends. How they're lying. The media is not really telling me the truth. These are some of the facts that I've learned. I knew this even 2 years ago. Okay, and I think I did a video last year. But here, let's listen again. how he pressured to fire the prosecutor, a guy named, and please, you got to know the names, okay? Because a lot of the times people, wow, okay, you got to know the names. A guy named Viktor Shokin, obviously, he was the one who got fired, looking into, Burisma's holdings, corruption charges and all that, obviously, and his son has a stake, 50,000 a month. Anyways, let's listen.
Time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee, and I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time. Well, they made some genuine, substantial changes institutionally.
Well, he didn't say that his son was the director of Burisma Holdings. But anyways, my name is Samuel Izurza for the SE channel. Please share as much as you can. I'll leave a link. It's about 51 or 52 minutes. You can watch this Council of Foreign Relations. Obviously a globalist type of council, obviously. But look into this, because CNBC and CNN they won't tell you this. And this came from the horse's mouth right there. Okay, know the names. Viktor Shokin. Viktor Shokin was the prosecutor that was fired, okay, at that time. Thank you. God bless.